Hi everyone, welcome back to another bonus episode of Folklore from various regions. Today we are going to explore the culture of a country with the biggest population and the one that is taking a lot of heat in today's time. That's right, today is all about Chinese folklore. Before we get started, I want to share my thoughts about this. I feel that we are all in this together, and this is a really difficult time, but that's all the more why we need to stick together and not shift the blame. Don't focus on the conspiracies and whose fault it is. Simply spread the love because we are all one big family. Chinese culture is so rich, from its delicious food, exquisite clothing, and all the way to its festivals. They have had many dynasties and have been ruled by many, such as the Mongols during the Yuan dynasty. The pottery made in the Ming dynasty was very impressive, and China has always tried to avoid foreign influence and keep their traditions alive. An example of this is with the self-strengthening movement in the 20th century, in which China decided to industrialize and modernize on its own to keep its own culture. Confucianism is a religion which is an everyday part of Chinese culture. The civil service exams bring about China's own social hierarchy and show how religious studying and education can bring about a more powerful status. The Chinese have always believed strongly in the role of God and destiny, and that their rulers have what is known as a mandate of heaven, which allows them to stay in contact with deities. This all shows just how strong the Chinese traditions and customs are, and why their folklore is so engaging and full of morals and history. Now please enjoy a story from Chinese folklore which was passed down to me from friends and family that have heard it from others. Once there was a king, and he was looking for an heir, since he had no children of his own. One day, he decided to call kids of a young age from across the kingdom. He wanted to test them, to discover who was worthy of taking his mantle and ruling his prosperous kingdom. As the children arrived, the king showed them a sack full of seeds, and told them that they can pick a seed from the sack. Then he told them that they must come back in a year, and whoever has the most healthy and beautiful plant will become the next king. There was a boy who really tried hard to get a plant growing, and he made sure to take care of everything. He watered the plant and tended to it every day, but got frustrated since nothing happened. He went to his grandfather for help, and he told him that patience is key. Things take time, but he should keep doing his duty and it will eventually grow. The boy agreed, and he let go of his frustration and worry and continued to tend to the plant. A year passed, and the children were all called to the king. The little boy felt sad when he saw that everyone else's plants were so beautiful and covered in flowers, and his pot had nothing in it. He didn't run away. He stayed strong, deciding to show the king what had happened. The children were called into the chamber one by one, and finally it was the little boy's turn. He came into the chamber, and the king asked, "What is this? Why is the pot empty?" The boy said, "I'm really sorry, my king. I did everything that I could. I watered it and tended to it every day. I really tried my best." The king calmly said, "It's okay. You made a good effort. Call in the next child." With a heavy heart, the little boy left with his barren pot. After the king saw all of the children one by one, he called them back into the grand ballroom. He then announced the winner, the heir, and the next ruler of the kingdom. It was none other than the little boy. Everyone was furious and complaining, because the little boy had nothing growing in his pot, and everyone else's was full of beautiful plants and flowers. The king asked everyone to silence themselves, and then said he would explain his decision. He said, "The seeds were boiled, and were not supposed to grow, which means all of you cheated except for the little boy. He was the only one who never gave up and kept tending to the seed with kindness, even when there were no results. He is going to be your king." The crowd of children hung their heads down in shame and bowed down to the next king. Thanks for listening.